But here she comes. Danica Patrick's going to lead a lap at Talladega.
And I think the crowd loves the fact that she just led that lap.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cards of Diecast 4 channel presents Danica Patrick a Panini retrospective, not a Prizm retrospective, because out of these 4 cards here, only one of them comes from Prizm Racing. The other 3 cards come from 2 other Panini releases. So these are the only cards here in the world that are like this, supposedly, because they are all one-of-ones. But before we get into these cards here, I want to give you all an update on the pull status of all the various Danica Patrick Prizm Racing hits, since this has been all about Prizm Racing. And what I mean by pull status is, has this card been pulled? Do you know for a fact that this card has been pulled? And as far as I know, I have almost all of them accounted for. Obviously, I don't know where they're at, but I at least can tell you where what the pull status is. So let's go ahead and showcase here. What you see on the screen, just to give you an example, is the Black Prizm profile card. The profile card, the checkered flag version, has been pulled. It was pulled here in this video that you see right here in a driver break. And there's the guy right now showing the card to the camera right there. So that is the checkered flag profile card for Danica. So that card has been pulled. The car card that you see here in red Prizm parallel, as you can see, obviously that's not the checkered flag either, but I know for a fact that also has been pulled, because with Beckett, in order to see their population report, you have to sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase for you now so you don't have to do that. On the population report, which for those of you who grade cards know, that's where you go to figure out how many gem mint 10s, or in Beckett's case 9.5 gem mints, how many 9s, how many 8s, how many so on and so forth of a certain card, and how many grades for a certain card are out there. If you look on the list itself, it does show up a card number 57 checkered flag being graded at a 9.5, so that is enough evidence for me to show that the checkered flag card has been pulled. If I am able to, as we see here with a blue Prizm driver signature, not driver signature, but driver introduction, I'm going to try to find the card itself. I may not be able to showcase the picture for you, but the driver introduction number 80, I know for a fact has also been pulled, the checkered flag version for that card as well. It did show up on eBay, and the guy had it listed for $900. He wanted $900 for the card. The card, I think the platinum penmanship checker flag was sold for like in the 300s. So obviously the guy was wanting way too much money. Hey, I don't blame a guy for wanting to get as much money as he can for his cards. If somebody was willing to pay $900, go for it, man. Hey, this is capitalism. It is what it is. Somebody's always going to want something more than you. But this is the, if I can find it, the checkered flag for the number 80 driver introductions card. That has been pulled. Now, let's see here. The Fire Suit Fabrics hobby. I can't find a photo for me for my life, but I know I was looking through Facebook and somebody pulled it and the picture was posted to Facebook from some card shop, but I can't find a photo. But just take my word for it, the hobby Fire Suit has been pulled. The patent and penmanship driver signature, or patent and penmanship signature, autograph I should say, is what you see right before you. This was sold within a couple weeks of the August release in 2016 for Prizm Racing, and it has never been seen on eBay since. So whoever bought it probably wants to keep it. One of one. Congratulations for you if you're actually watching this video. And then finally, the only other checker flag card that I know of for a fact is the tire, the hobby tire, which you will see here in a second. The unknowns right now, as of this video, are for the driver signature. There is no retail tire checkered flag. There is no retail tire checkered flag. I've already discussed that in these videos. And then the Fire Suit Fabrics for the retail version, I do not know of. I do not know the status of the qualifying times, the competitors, or the machinery, although I am looking for all of those if they're still out there. But those are the only cards that I do not know of their checkered flag status or pull status as to whether they've been pulled or not. So anyway, that is the update for all the various checkered flag cards for Danica. Hope you appreciate that. So let's go ahead and showcase the checkered flag cards that I actually do have in person. So what I have to showcase for you all here will be one base parallel, one relic parallel, and then 2 autographs. So let's go ahead and set this aside here and showcase the base parallel. This comes from 2017 Panini Select, and it is card number 43, Gem 10 for the grade. This is the grandstand parallel, I believe, and it is the checkered flag 1 of 1. So let's go ahead and zoom in here and showcase this beaut right here. I bought this off of Facebook. The one thing I like about this card here, in comparison with, let's say, this checkered flag, if you're concerned about select racing checkered flags, this has been on eBay for quite some time, as of August, or rather April of 2018. The checkered flag 1 of 1 for a single swatch autograph for Danica. And I don't like that card because it features Danica in a very ugly light. She looks very ugly in that picture. It looks like she just got out of a race car. She looks sick. As opposed to this card here, she looks very happy, very smiley. And also at the same time, if you notice her uniform, if I could get a little zoom in, you can see there's a clear white patch that's right here on her fire suit, likely indicating that's where the Nature's Bakery swatch was supposed to be. But of course, by this point, these pictures were taken during Speed Weeks in Daytona, and by that point, Nature's Bakery had made their feelings known as to their unhappiness with the performance of the team and wanting to pull out. There's the 1 of 1 emblem, as you can see right there. So this is the true 1 of 1, and not much else to say about it, guys. As I said, that's the grandstand parallel, and that will do it for our first 1 of 1 showcase. Alright, here we go with our next checkered flag hit, and it does come from Prizm Racing, and it is the race used tire relic for Danica Patrick. Now, a couple of things about this card. First off, as I just stated to you a couple minutes ago, there is no retail parallel or retail counterpart for this hobby race used tire. Therefore, this really shouldn't even be called a hobby race used. It is the only tire race used for Danica Patrick. Because the retail tire features the team race used, features the pit crew and everything, but there is none. She's not the only one that's like that. Tony Stewart also doesn't have a retail tire. I believe Dale Jr. likewise does not feature a retail tire checkered flag, I should say. They do have other retail tires from the red up, but not the checkered flag. On the reverse side, I found this quite interesting. Clint Boyer, and well, now I look back at it, it shouldn't really shock me, because at the time he was driving for that the Phoenix Racing team that really sucked. So he was almost a retail exclusive, because I know for a fact his checker flag autograph was pulled from a blaster. But for Clint Boyer, I know he only has a team race used retail tire and does not have a hobby counterpart. He's the only one who's like that. But anyway, another thing about this card is that it does feature a swatch of the Goodyear logo, and this is the only card that does that. Even the reds out of 10 from the retail side, or the reds from the hobby, nowhere else. None of them feature any sort of swatch of tire, or none of them feature any sort of Goodyear swatch. This is the only card that features that, so that makes this card even more unique. Zoom out a little bit more. You can see it got a near mint to mint 8, and the reason why I got that is, for one, before we actually check that out, there's the 1 of 1 emblem, clear right there. And the reason why I got a near mint to mint 8 is because, in part, I'm sure it's not the only reason. If I could get it into the light, may not be able to, but if you were to see right there, you'll notice that there is this hump right here, like somebody kind of kicked it up, like they dropped the card. It's either that happened, or the film that they kind of put over the card to give it that sheen look, Panini misapplied that, which doesn't surprise me because I pulled a pack fresh white flag driver signature for Harvick, and even though it was pack fresh, I got a near mint 7 because they didn't apply that film properly. And now we go to our 2 autographs for the checkered flag line, and this comes from 2016 certified. And this is not a checkered flag. You don't even have to turn the card around to see that lovely 1/1 emblem right there. Got the near mint 9, or rather the mint 9 I should say, so only a small, it doesn't surprise me because these certified cards, the film on the card would flake quite a bit. They're very sensitive to bends, and they sometimes come to you already with some chipping on the corners and whatnot, so that's probably why this card got the mint 9 as opposed to the gem mint 10. But the thing I like about this card specifically, when we turn it into this angle here from the camera, you can see that the borders are jet black. The black prisms have that gunmetal finish, which I don't really like. This here has that jet black finish, which I enjoy quite a bit. The mirror finish, of course, it's Prizm for the Prizm cards. For certified, it's called mirror, and it lightens up that black a little bit. Depending on how you put the light in there. Full signature on the sticker for Danica, which I appreciate very much. And then when we take a look at the back, it really is no different than any other certified autograph. So there's nothing too special about the back. It's all about the front with these certified cards here. 1/1 certified autograph for Danica Patrick. And then finally, the #1 autograph I have for Danica Patrick. As we take a look right here, it comes from Select Racing 2017, and it is the endorsements autograph, which I like because Select does feature autographs, other checker flag autographs for Danica, but they're all relics. I don't really like that very much. I just like the card and the autograph, and here we go. Checkered flag design. And in this angle of the light, you can really see that checker flag design sticking out. On card autograph, not a sticker autograph, and it got the gem mint 10. Almost sent the card back in to get the autograph created because I was hoping to get a double gem mint 10 to really make this like perhaps the most powerful Danica auto that is out there. But I decided to keep it. May one day try to do that, depending on how famous she gets outside of her racing career. But regardless, let's go ahead and zoom in on this card here. It does come with that. This is the 2017 version of Prizm Racing, which leads me to believe that when they do 2018 Prizm Racing, if they decide to do Prizm, that the autographs will be on card as well. And if that's the case, I may try to pull, or rather buy the 1/1 Danica autograph. But then just stop right there. I really won't try to push it too much with collecting everything else like I did with 2016. But again, I have still photos if you want to look at the still photos over on Facebook of this card. But when we flip the card around, it is number E-DP for those who are keeping up with the checklist. And around her waistline, you can see, if I could zoom in properly, you can see the 1/1 emblem right there for Danica Patrick. So fantastic cards here, one-of-a-kind cards. We're going to conclude now with the white flag line, but I want to thank you nonetheless for watching this video. Cards of Diecast 4 channel. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and please subscribe, and I will see you all later.